Okay, I just need to be able to share. All right, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Good to see you here. Now, today, what we're talking about is how to create high-end offers, products, and services. We're going to talk about marketing funnel. Way too many people, I'm trying to set this up. Way too many people don't do that properly. They don't have a marketing funnel in place, and they just go out and about trying to do business but not doing it properly. Tina, I can't share my screen. Please let me share my screen. Thank you. I'm just struggling to share my screen. There we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. And we're going to be live on EAM as well. So let me know when you are live. Thank you. Welcome, everybody, to Business Behind the Scene is my podcast, and I just recorded one, and that's why I'm getting confused. Okay, everybody. So what we're going to talk about today is funnels. Way too many people put themselves out there on social media, and they just don't know where and how and what to do and how to send people through it. And they tell me, Francesca, it's super easy for you. It's easy for you to create offers. I don't have a $10,000 package. My business is never going to grow as much as yours. All these excuses. And I'm like, people, these are the excuses. We don't do excuses, right? So I'm not, Tina, can you confirm that we are live on EAM as well, please? That would be amazing. All right, here we go. Now I can see it. All right, beautiful. So welcome. Also, all the people from the EAM Facebook group. We are live in different places. And today we're talking about creating offers. Now, this is the first thing that I do when people become my clients. We go, all right, what is your funnel? What is your funnel? How does it look like? Where are you sending people through and from? What do you want to help them with? How do you teach them? What do you teach them? We're going to go through a lot of that because way too many people don't know what to do with a funnel. They think that they don't have a funnel, which is BS. And they think that they're not good enough to have a funnel. They think that nobody will pay them that much money. Know the stories. That's why I say your business is a 3D printout of your thought. You're not missing out the how. You're missing out the mindset. That's what's we're missing out. So anyway, we're going to show you some of the how today. So if we talk about funnels, if you've been to any of my workshops, you will have listened to the story of the Marias, right? I talk about how Marias are those people in Italy, those ladies that actually sit outside a bar in the benches, and they do the crochet stuff, and they know everybody and everyone in town. And the Marias are those people that will definitely recommend the best restaurant in town. And you'll be probably wondering, how do they know? Because they look at the Marias, they look like they're cooking for themselves. They're not really going out to dinner. So how do they know which one is the best restaurant in town? Well, the Marias know because the restaurant owners go outside and give Marias a taste for free. A little taste of the food. They give them the recipe. They help them and support them in cooking for their husband. So listen, this is the point, right? Too many people in business don't have Marias. So don't have those people they are there to support us, but they're not those people that are raving fans that they will never pay us any money whatsoever, but they are raving fans. They're always going to suggest and recommend you to other people. They will drop everything to jump onto your next Facebook Live. They will support you and do everything like that. Those people will never pay you any money. But the thing is, a lot of people come to me and tell me, honestly, I will get like a jar with like millions of dollars in it for every person that tell me, Francesca, I just want the right people. And we say, yeah. The right people will only come once you have been in front of enough of the wrong people. Are you talking to the wrong people enough? Or are you just fussy and waiting for the right people? Listen, the right people are most likely busy. They don't have time. They're not going to drop everything and come into your life. They've got a crazy schedule, right? They're stressed. They're busy. Do you agree? So then why would they stop and come and listen to you? They don't have time. But listen, they will start to notice you once you have enough followers. Once you have enough followers, enough momentum, enough noise in your social media, that's when they're going to go, ooh, who is this person? That's when they're going to check you out. But guess what? Your target market is not just going to check you out. They're going to check you out and they're going to be ready to buy. Those are the people that you definitely want. But you're not going to get any of those if you haven't got enough of the Marias. So who are your Marias? Are you looking after your Marias? Are you nurturing your Marias? Are you doing all the things that you should do with these Marias? Are the freeloaders? That's why we don't like them, because they're not paying you any money. But does not matter. So to nurture the Marias, what you have to do is do Facebook Lives, lead magnets, just really nurture them at the front. Now, we've got a question. What is the question? Let me know. We have a question from Sherry. Sherry, I would love to answer your question. So we do webinars, we do anything we can at the top of the funnel to get engaged, to give, to add value, right? The more we do question, the more we nurture our clients, the more people we're going to get to follow us. That is the whole point. All right, question. Who is this webinar for, private or public? I've been listening to your podcast on Podbean, and it sounds like the same topic. Do you do it live here first, then use it? Oh, Sherry, no, it's never the same topic. It's always, that's a really good question. It's always a different topic, but obviously some of the things that I teach, I love to go deeper. So probably I'm going a little bit deeper to what you have heard on my podcast. So I really love the fact that you're listening to my podcast. You must have been one of those beautiful followers that go in and listen to a lot. But listen, every time that we share a topic, we share it from a different angle to make sure that we go deeper and help you and support you a little bit further. So why not? If you have followed it, have you actually implemented it? Are you doing it? This is a public type of webinars when we have different places, different audience in here. Okay. Second on the funnel is, I call them the Simonas. This is the other biggest mistake that people do. They send people from a cold audience, so they just met you, they just find out about you, straight into buying a $5,000 course or something like that. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we send them into something that is a little bit more achievable, a couple of hours with you where you add value, where you support them. And this is what I call usually a half-day workshop or something like that. Then that's when you're going to be able to put them down to the we go down to the bottom of the funnel when there are Sabrinas. So the Sabrinas, these are the ones that don't have time to go and engage with you on social media. They're the ones that are going to watch you and just want to go straight to the point and say, show you, let me pay you, give me everything you've got. I don't want to keep listening to the free stuff. I want to get to know your value. I want to go deep enough and I want to know everything. Just give me everything. I'll follow it. I will do it. I'm ready. Right? Those are the people that you want to really attract. But guess what? You're never going to find Sabrinas if you haven't got enough Marias and enough Simonas, right? So the bottom of your funnel is that way you can have a 2 or 3 day event, you can have a retreat, you can have membership sites, you can have any of the sort. This is how, what we tell you to do. If you've been watching on the screen, you'll be able to see this is what a marketing funnel look like to me. So we have the top of the funnel for the Marias, where you share a lot of the why. We share a lot of the top of the funnel. So obviously, I don't have time enough once a week to show you everything that I show obviously into my academy, right? So everything, to answer your question, Sherry, again, the top of the funnel is for the people that haven't bought for me yet, right? So they follow me, they want to understand if I got any value, and we just keep engaging with them, giving the why, not really the how, because I ain't got the time to go deep enough, right? We do 3-day workshops, 2-day workshops. That's when we dig in. Like this, you just have to explain the why we do what we do. In the middle of the funnel, you want to go a little bit more into the what needs to be done, what is your solution, and why they need it, and what will change by working with you, right? So you want to go into more of the what rather than the why, And therefore, people will now be ready to go into the how. But if you haven't got this structure in place, we are not going to be able to put people through the funnel. So in this image, you can see that we got different levels. We've got the Marias at the top, we've got the Simonas in the middle, we've got the Sabrinas at the bottom, and we have a little bit of like number games. At the top of the funnel, you should have, like, my Facebook group is now 9,000 people. Right here, we're talking to you guys, right? 9,000 people at the top of the funnel. Obviously, the more I nurture that group, more people will go through the funnel being ready to work with me. That is why part of our strategy is to help people starting a Facebook group and a meetup group so that they can have that audience at the top of the funnel. It's priceless to understand this. And a lot of people will listen to this, but they will not implement it, right? So I would love you guys, if you're listening to this, to just let me know, how is this real for you? Have you been doing it? Have you implemented it? How does it sound, right? All of that needs to be, you need to implement it, not just listen. If you're listening to my podcast or to my webinar here, are you actually implementing? Because if you're not implementing, then you're not going to be able to get results, right? So this is where we want to think about, when you talk about the bottom of the funnel, you want to get clear on what does that look like. So you want to get clear on the duration. So how many months, how many years, how many weeks is this going to be for? Once that is finished, can it continue? Can it renew? Can it repurpose? Like, you got to think about all the options, right? So when someone sign up, you have clear boundaries and clear expectation of where you want to take them and how you want to help them. Also, you want to come up with a price. Now, a lot of people work on price on hourly rate, which I don't do that. Reason being is because it's not about the hours that are spent doing it, but it's most about the value, the IP that I'm sharing in those hours, right? So it's very important to understand that I don't want people to think like per hour. We want to move away from our type of mentality. We want to move towards more of a one to many, one or two groups. Yes, I cleaned out and organized my inboxes for my business and personal this week. One of your first podcasts. My mind is much more clear. Yay, that's fantastic, Sherry. Love that you did that. I love when people go through the podcast and actually listen and follow through like you do. So that's fantastic. Well done. Okay, so pricing, right? You need to be clear around the price and make sure that you help people with the full payment or the payment plus payment options. So there's two payments that you want to make sure that you give access to people so that they can make up their mind. And always the full payment is got a little bit of an incentive, so it's always a little bit cheaper than the other one. Then you want to get clear on like all the what's included in this package. What is included in, once they're finished, what's included during. So the inclusion, it has to be clear so that people don't doubt it. And then you want to know also what's included in type of networking, what community, what chats, how you're going to communicate to each other, how you're going to make this happen, and so on. Now, way too many people don't have any of these in place. They just have actually, this is how I started. When I first started, I had a 2-day workshop, and then I sold it, and I was like, I don't know how people are going to pay me. I don't know. I didn't have a contract ready. I didn't have a payment option ready. I didn't have anything ready. I'm just going to do it. Let's see if anything happens. I didn't have a structure ready. I didn't know how I was going to help people. I was all over the place. But that's why I was also charging a beta price. Way too many people charge way too high too soon, and then they can never keep up with themselves, right? So very important that you start with a lower price, a price that is not as big, so that it will help and support people. Because remember, the Marias would never go to the bottom of the funnel if it's not clear, if it doesn't, you haven't built enough trust, if you haven't got through the funnel, right? So really draw a funnel just like this one that you can see in these photos, and think about, what do you do at each level? What do you do? How does it look like? Is that clear? Is that easy? Is that simple to explain? Or is it like super complicated, right? You got to really make sure that what you're putting there is complicated. It's easy, not complicated, and simple. People will buy simple. People love simplicity. If you make it complicated, they're going to feel overwhelmed and they're going to go too much. I'm not going to do it, especially in the middle of the funnel. If the middle of the funnel is too much information, sounds too difficult, sounds too long, any like that, people are going to go, no, I'm not ready. I get to coach so many people that come to me, and the bottom of the funnel is like a 12 months one-on-one program for like $10,000. And you're like, wait, you can't go from people not knowing you at all to people totally at the bottom of the funnel, right? They're not going to be ready. What if you can create something a little bit smaller, a 6 weeks or a 4 weeks or a 8 weeks? Then they get to know you, check you out, understand what you're about, and then you're going to be able to offer them something else, right? So I always suggest to start with one simple, short offer at the bottom of the funnel and learn how to get people through that. Once you've done that consistently and successfully, then you can start to add other things to your funnel. This is where I talk about the multiple funnel syndrome. Way too many people is got funnels everywhere, right? They just send people from here to there and then to here and then to there and then want to do that, the crossover here. And it's just so complicated that it's not helpful, right? We want to make sure that you keep it simple. And I know that if you're a business owner, you're very creative and you're like, oh, but I want to create this, I want to create that. It's just not going to work. If it's too much, nobody is going to buy it. So, my friend, I hope that you found today very helpful. I will definitely see you next week again at 9 a.m. on the dot for Business Shortcut. I've been running these shortcuts now for since 2017. So it's literally 3 years. We're coming out to the anniversary of the fourth year in January. And I've literally, probably in the last 3 years, missed like 4, 5 of these. Legit. And that is part of what I do for my Marias for the top of the funnel. I just keep showing up consistently and I give my little advice every single week. What if you can create something like that? Something that people will value, will find it interesting, it's nice and short. When I can, I keep it shorter than 30 minutes because again, people prefer a little bit shorter than longer. But it's all there. I'm showing up. I'm being on top of mind every single day. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. I will see you next week. And if you haven't checked out my podcast, go and check it out. It's called Business Behind the Scene. It's in Apple. It's in Spotify. It's a little bit everywhere. So make sure that you go in. And if you love it, leave me a review. I would love that. If you're in Brisbane, we have an amazing Christmas party happening. And it's in Brisbane. It's here at the office. It might be our last event here in this office. So make sure you come along. We have a charity. We are organizing a shoe boxes for kids that have not as such an easy life that we have. So we're gonna help them and support them and give them presents in a shoe box. So if you are coming along, you gotta bring a shoe box full of presents for kids. Now also it's also in the 11th of December. It's a Friday at 6:30 p.m. So we look forward to see you there. But also we have a half-day workshop, the last one for the year. It's going to be online, and this is when I spend 4 hours teaching what I taught today, but a little bit deeper. So if you haven't joined me at my half-day workshop yet, you want to know how to go from invisible to invincible, come along. My beautiful team, I'm going to put the dates, the links in here so that you can check it out. Now, this is the last time that we do it for free. In 2021, we're going to be charging. So make sure that you come along to the last half day workshop for the year. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.